I give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Ha Rekakwadash. Double honors unto our apostle elders, which rule great millstone well, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, Wa Abba. So this is in the news today. Today being June 17, 2026, Wednesday, the year that the year 2026 has been coined the year of apostasy and Jacob's trouble by the apostle elders that rule Great Millstone Well. And we could see that we're in a time of Jacob's trouble as these benefits are being cut, and it's going to affect the Jacob being the sons of Jacob, the Israelite, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian. That's why they're cutting the benefits. All right. It says here, this was 14 hours ago. It says Social Security Trust Fund projected to be depleted by 2032, which it's already depleted. That's why they're trying to kick people off. All right. They're cutting the budget for these benefits, which is affecting people. All right. Now, let's do a web search on Social Security. So this is an AI overview of what Social Security is. It says Social Security is a comprehensive federal program in the United States that provides financial protection and income stability. Funded by payroll taxes, it guarantees financial support to retired workers, individuals with qualifying disabilities, and the surviving spouses or dependents of deceased workers. See, so they're cutting Social Security benefits, and it's going to affect retired workers, disabled people, and spouses, all right, are dependents of deceased workers that inherited the retirement fund or the Social Security fund, which they're cutting these benefits because there's a pile of cash attached to each of these benefits. So it says here in the AI overview, the combined Social Security trust funds hold approximately 2.56 trillion in asset revenues, which are invested in non-marketable U.S. Treasury securities. These reserves are divided into two distinct funds that can legally only be used to pay benefits and administrative costs, which they're going to cut the benefits. They're saying, within so many years, but really we know that it's all going to fail. All right. The spirit of Egypt, America being Egypt, is going to fail. All right. And it's because they're going to make the economy go digital worldwide, replacing the dollar with the implantable microchip, the mark of the beast, that they're going to make mandatory for buying and selling. It says in the Bible, which we have a sure word of prophecy, it's also history, which makes it sure we're able to look into the past to see how the future will play out. It says in Proverbs 29, verse 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And this is going to cause the people to mourn because they're afraid of not being able to retire. They're afraid of their retirement being cut, or a disability that they have, SSI, that's going to get cut, all right, or dependents or widows will lose their benefits, all right, which this will affect many people, uh, which the money is already set aside and pre-programmed for what it was set there for the retired and them that qualify with their disability for an SSI. So this will affect many people. And really, I was listening to this podcast today, and they were talking about these cuts, and they said, a lot of people, they're not going to be able to eat because they're going to have to buy their medications, because the price of their medication is going to go up. It says supplemental Social Security, Supplemental Security Income SSI benefit cuts proposed by the Social Security Administration threatened to affect approximately 400,000 low-income seniors, which that trickles down to multiple people, all right, because them spending money and then them not being able to spend money, it will affect the whole entire economy. It's not just going to affect 400,000 people, all right? It's going to affect more because of that money being removed from the economy. It says 400,000 low-income seniors, blind individuals, and disabled adults and children. The proposed rule, which seeks to roll back Obama and Biden era household income definitions, would directly impact beneficiaries, which it's already been earned for that, who live with friends or family and receive other forms of public assistance. So they're going to take away the benefits that their spouse already earned, all right, or their, as I said, the dependent would receive the benefit, but they're talking about taking away the benefits. It says the numbers at a glance, total impact up to 400,000 Americans receiving SSI could experience reduced payments, often by hundreds of dollars per month, and lose their eligibility altogether. Removals and rejections. The proposal could remove about 277,000 current recipients from the SSI rolls entirely and prevent another 109,000 from qualifying in the future, right? All right, so I put in there. So, and if I meant to say if 400,000 people lost their SSI, how would that affect the economy negatively? When 400,000 supplemental security income SSI recipients lose or face cuts to benefits, it creates a severe demand shock that harms local and national economies through several distinct channels. Immediate loss of consumer spending, multiplier effect on business, because SSI recipients spend their benefits at local mom and pop shops, pharmacies, and service providers. This money usually generates roughly double its value in overall economic activity. Without it, those businesses lose revenue, leading to reduced hiring, lower wages, and further cuts to consumer spending. See? So it would affect the economy negatively, and it's because the wicked are ruling. Once again, Proverbs 29, verse 2. When the righteous, pertaining to the Israelites, are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked, the Edomite, the so-called white race, beareth rule, the people mourn. And this is evidence of that being true. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. Wa abal babal.